Is working. Hello, everybody. Hopefully this is active. I'm checking the connection now. Let's see here. Am I active? Oh, I think it is active. All right, let me go back to the feed and check what I see. Bear with me if anybody is actually watching me right now, because I am still sort of trying to figure this out. Let's see. East Springfield Neighborhood Council, going to our page. How to access, looks like there's 3 people watching. So I guess somebody is there. Let me go to the enhanced thingy here. Okay, I think I'm live and accessing it normally. 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and proceed. I don't see the actual news feed, so I'm just... Oh, yep, there it is. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm online right now and good to go. So I am going to start going through the information on how to access library resources online. So first thing I did was here, I have on our website on myesnc.com, helpful resource section, which has a lot of links. One of those links has the information on how to access library books, music, and videos digitally. Once you go to that site, you have to set up a login. You can use your Facebook page. 1 second, I think someone's checking this for me. I can hear you. Okay, well, that's good. I got somebody checking to make sure I can be heard. So that's a positive. So the first thing I want to do is, from my perspective, when I went to set this up, it got me in, I was able to log in, everything was fine. But I noticed that the app that you use sometimes through the CW Mars systems makes it a little difficult to navigate for when you're reading the books and jumping between the screens. What I like to do is I like to use the Kindle app for the books. So using the Kindle app, it allowed me to transfer the information to that actual device directly from the library site. And then I was able to read whatever the materials were. Videos, it looks like you have to use the main browser page, but ebooks, you could actually use the CW Mars app. It's actually a library resource app called Overdrive, and I'm going to show you how to download both of them. So what I'm going to try to do now is share my screen and show you guys my iPad screen here. And once again, bear with me. This is the first time ever actually doing a YouTube video. So let alone trying to test this for the neighborhood council page, although I gave nobody notice and warning this was happening in efforts of basically making sure nobody was here, except for, I think my wife is watching right now. She let me know the audio was working, so that's a positive. So I'm going to activate the Zoom meeting sharing. Sorry, there we go. Okay, so we should see my iPad screen. Let me go look here. Huh. Stop sharing. Let me share again here. Sorry, iPhone, iPad is a little bit different. Sharing the iPad screen, and 3, 2, there we go. Okay, so now you should be able to see technically the iPad screen through the Zoom meeting interface onto the Facebook Live account. I am going to now go navigate to my App Store. Now, if you have a Kindle, or you have some sort of Android tablet, or you have an iPad, whatever you have, you would just go to that store for that device. Pretty much every type of platform that has a tablet right now has an interface for the Kindle app. It's free for download. So I'm going to go to the Kindle app, Kindle for iPad, and I'm going to get the app. On an iPad, you would select get and install. It may ask for your passcode. That depends on how your account is set up. Mine is set. If it's free, I don't need a passcode. If it costs money, I have to put one in. That way you don't have some sort of a snafu where you've ordered things that you don't need. The other thing I'm going to download at the same time, just to save a little bit of time for me, depending if I want to listen to an ebook, is an app called Overdrive. Now, like I said, for using just reading books, like checking out a book from the library, reading it, and then when you're done and turning it in, basically, the Kindle app, I seem to like the interface more. You guys can choose how you want to do it. Ooh, I did not realize I was actually out of space yet. That's a weird problem to have. I'm gonna stop sharing for 2 seconds here. I'll share. I recently helped a friend download or shoot some video with my iPad for their baby shower. And when I did that, they were extremely large videos because we just left the iPad going for pretty much unlimited amounts of time. So that actually ate up all the space on my iPad, which I did not notice until just now. Going to go ahead and let this try to go now. Okay, once that cleans up, that should allow that to come down. In the meantime, I should be able to go into the Kindle app. Let me take a quick look, see if that finished. And then I'll start resharing again. This is an extremely long video. Once again, I'm sorry, this is my first time doing this. Please be kind in the comments section. Let's see here. Kindle, iPad. I've already said to get it. Install. And okay, so I freed up enough space to do some stuff. I'm going to resume my share. Here we go. So now you should be seeing my iPad again. Now that it's finished downloading, I can open up the application. What it's going to want to do is link your app that you use for Kindle to the device. So I'm going to pause my sharing again because I'm going to put in my email and my password. Not that I don't want to give all that stuff out to the world. And for all I know right now, the sharing didn't pause properly and you guys will all have my passwords very soon. But I'm trusting the technology. Sorry, my passwords are very long. Okay, so now I've put my password in and I hit go. It now brings me into my account. It looks like I have a lot of books on cooking with almond flour, gluten-free recipes and stuff. I am not actually that cool and don't really know how to do that stuff. I can cook regular cookies, no problem. Anything gluten-free is would come out terrible. But those are all actually my wife because we share our accounts. So that way she has her books, I have mine, and we'll go from there. I personally, I like to use regular hardcover books or paperbacks when I'm reading a book. I don't read online too often, but it can be good, especially in this situation. You can't get a book, you have access to it. Now I've got the Kindle app preloaded. I also downloaded this app called Overdrive. Now I'm going to go through two different processes to access Overdrive, one through the computer and one through your device. So once you've downloaded the app, you can sign up or sign in. I'm going to choose sign in because on this one, I've already done it and I can show you guys from there. And if I go to sign in, it's asking email, password, already have an account, sign up, it's free, right? Oh, actually, it's a sign up for me. Now, there's two different ways this works. If you have a library card or if you don't have a library card. If you don't have a library card, you don't need one right now. You can use this device, use your phone and put in your phone number and it will send you a PIN. You put in your name, your email address, your email again, set up a password, all that jazz, right? Sign up using a library card. I'm going to pause the sharing again. Basically, you fill out the information on the screen and you can sign up. So let me do that and I'll be right back. And I realize that I'm silent right now and everyone's looking at my forehead because, of course, even though I've paused the sharing on the iPad screen, I have not paused the sharing on the video. And once again, because I use really long passwords, this seems like this is taking a while. I hope this is not too annoying. Right now, I'm the only one working on this particular video. So I am not looking for questions, but I will look for them after and put out an update to the Facebook page if anyone has them. When we do the neighborhood council meetings, I will be paying attention to that particular feed to look for questions and answers at that point. I'll see if I can go over there and see if there was any questions before I disconnect the video in just a second. Okay, so once you finish signing up, it brings you in, it's blank, you don't have anything yet, you've just set up your account. I'm gonna actually do a lot of this stuff from the computer now, get some books, check them out, all that jazz, and then we'll go from there, okay? So once again, we downloaded the Kindle app, we loaded it onto the computer or onto the iPad, we loaded in our account. We also took and downloaded the Overdrive app, got that set up and set up our account from there. And I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm also gonna go up, I'm gonna share my screen in just a second, but I wanna grab one other thing here. I'm gonna show you guys on the computer how to actually log in, set up, check out books, and get your settings situated. What I'm doing right now is I'm just going to take and change my device information because I have a lot of random devices connected to my account, and I'm not going to know which one's which, most likely, when I try to send the book to the actual device to show you guys. Perfect, guys, iPad, good to go. Okay, so now I'm going to start sharing my computer screen. Go up to CW Mars. Now, this app I put out on Facebook, I put out on Nextdoor a week or so ago. It allows you to access a ton of library resources. The library is closed right now, but even though they're closed during, I think they have limited hours, you can call, they can answer questions and help with this as well. They can also, you know, if you don't know your library card, you can ask them information about that. If you don't have one, I'm going to show you the other way to do that as well for your phone number. But let's, this link here, all you've got to do is, I'll put it out in the description after the video. But if you go to myesnc.com, go to Help for Resources. It's right here under Access Library Books, Music, and Videos Digitally. We also have a link to information the Springfield Public Library has put out. Once again, I don't work for the library. I'm doing sort of I think this is useful because people are at home, they're looking for stuff to do. And this can be information that would be useful for the neighborhood. Plus, we're also going live with our meetings starting on Tuesday. So I want to make sure that all the technology sort of works because I'm the tech guy for the neighborhood council and I'll look kind of like an idiot. And if I don't have it working right now and I've just been talking to myself for half an hour, well then hopefully that's not egg on my face there. But so now I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go to sign in. Now you can sign in using a mobile number, or you can sign in using your library card and your PIN, right? I have a library card, but I had a set of keys because it was weird. I had like 5 million keys from all the different things. So I broke off one of my sets and I left it at work. Had a lot of those little ScanSaver type cards. One of those cards was actually the little mini library ScanSaver card, which made it impossible to know my card number. And I started to do this today, so I didn't have it. So instead, I went through the regular process, show you guys how to sign up on the iPad, but you can just sign up using a mobile number. You put in your cell phone number, which actually my cell phone number is out there, so I don't care if I'm sharing this. I'm gonna send a verification code. It's gonna send an access code to your cell phone, which every time you log in, you will do this if you're doing it through the system for if you don't have your library card. But the plus is, once you've done it, it remembers your account when you log back in. So you can take and get into your account and you're set. And if somebody saw that PIN, it's only valid for so long, I'm logged in here, it'll send you the PIN again. So, and please don't take and text my number into the thing to try to access the books or whatever I'm reading. I don't think anyone's gonna do that. All it's gonna do is create 500 texts to my phone and then I'll go insane. So then I'm logged into my account. There's a couple things you can do in your account settings. You can go over to, where is it here? Settings. And you can pick when you're checking out an ebook, do you want it to have default lending periods of 7 days, 14 days, 21 days? Audiobooks, 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, and so on and so on. I just have these set up for default. You can change them as you're checking the things out, so it's not a problem. Also, when you check out books or other resources, you can go into your loans section at any point. it'll show you what you've checked out. I've actually read the Harry Potter book, but I downloaded a lot of this stuff and did it before for testing. So there you go. The other thing you have is for library resources, when you're in here, you can go to collections. I'm not going to go through every section on this thing, but I'll just show you guys the basic process and how easy it is. You have ebooks, you have audiobooks, you have videos, you have stuff broken down for kids, for teens, magazines. So say I want to go in and grab an ebook, right? Now that ebook, you can click through, pick whichever one you want. As you go through, there's a certain number of ebooks that every area has. You'll see how many are left. If you are done with a book, I'm assuming, and the library could validate this, but I'm assuming if there's 42 of a book, there's one that I took out earlier and read. If you want to turn it back in, I would say, check it back in early, but I'm only borrowing it for how long I need it. So say you go in here and you wanted to check out Becoming from Michelle Obama. You can go to borrow. There's 79 copies available. You can rate the book in here if you'd want. When you hit borrow, it'll say borrow it for 14 days, or you can select 7 days or 21 days. I'm going to say that I'll take this book for 7 days. I'm going to select borrow the book. Apparently it's already been taken. So you can place a hold. So all of the 79 apparently are gone. I can place a hold and get it later. I'm not going to go onto the hold list. I've got a few other books I'm going to read right now, so I will grab a different one. Try to grab something that's less popular. I'll just grab a random book here. I'm going to hit borrow. I'll select 7 days. Selecting 7 days because I'm probably not going to read this particular book, so I don't want to take like a copy for too long. Now this option pops up. You can read now with Kindle. So when I click that read now with Kindle, I've already downloaded the book. I've already downloaded the app to my iPad. I've already registered it to my account. And once you do that, it allows you to then deliver things directly to your device. So the device I just set up was Guy's iPad. So if I go in here and I go to Guy's iPad and I hit Get Library Book, it will actually borrow the book from the library and push it right to my device right now. So if I go back to my device, I'd be able to see that book that I just checked out. Also, there's one I took out a little bit ago. So I'll show you guys that in just a second. I don't want to have this video too long today. So I'm going to cover a couple other things before I go over there. The other thing is the library access point has audiobooks and videos you can do. Audiobooks you can only access through either your computer device and listen to it, or you can access it to the Overdrive app, which we downloaded to my iPad already. So I can also grab them directly from that app on my iPad, but you can go into available now. They have like the first Harry Potter book. They have a bunch of other ones. I've got this one borrowed right now. So when you've selected borrowed, I can take and go to my loans, and I can either listen now in the browser where it'll play the book here, or I can download it through MP3 audio, but it's going to tell me that I need to do it through the app. So it needs to go to the Overdrive app. So you need to do that on the app we downloaded and set up a few minutes ago. The last thing you can do is you can actually watch movies through your computer and check out any of these things here. I have not seen like any of the Sharknadoes, but hypothetically, if I wanted to see Sharknado, it's once again a free resource that you can use. You can go to borrow. I'm not going to select borrow because I don't want to take the one copy that's available of this movie right now. When you take it, you get a certain number of days to watch it. I'll just do a sample. It's going to work exactly the same way. Basically, it pops up and it will play the movie. Actually, I just realized probably Sharknado, because this is going on Facebook Live, and I don't know how violent that is. I've heard it's, you know, sharks killing people and stuff. I won't play that video. Once again, first Facebook Live type video that I'm doing. And this is going to go on our YouTube channel, which I ask, please, we're trying to get to 100 subscribers because the link cannot be modified to make it something easier until we get to 100 subscribers. I know there is no content there yet. We're going to be working on that, especially with all of us being at home right now. So subscribe to the page if you can. Now, I'm going to stop sharing here. Oh, 1 second. One thing I did want to show everybody. So I set this up for my iPad, but from a reading a book perspective, you probably don't want to sit by your computer. You have a laptop, you have a you know, desktop, whatever it is in your house. If you want to grab a device and you don't have a tablet right now, there's a couple options that you can get something for fairly inexpensive. I went to Amazon quick. The Kindle is not the most user-friendly device in the universe. It's based on Android. It has a couple little quirks when you're using it, but overall, it's not a bad, you know, tablet. It works pretty fast and everything. For reading, it's great. Even the 7-inch tablet, if you're reading a book, is still accessible. You can change the font size. You can go up to the 8-inch version for $30 more. Now, for $49.99, you can get a new Fire tablet. The only thing is, for the $49.99 price, you're getting the 16 gig. It's very little memory, but these Kindle books take up relatively no space. If you're just using it for games or for reading books or surfing the web, 16 gigs is fine. What it means when it says with offers is it's gonna have some advertising on the lock screen. So normally you can set the lock screen of your device to whatever you want. This is gonna have some random ads from Amazon that pops up. If you wanna not have the ads, you can go to without special offers, and that's gonna jump you up to $64.99. But to have some ads on your lock screen, or like if you're getting free games online, you're gonna get ads from them anyway. So seeing the ads is not a huge annoyance if you don't want to spend the extra 25 bucks. But for 40, you know, for 50 bucks basically, or actually it's $15. It's 65 to 50. For 15 bucks, you can get rid of the ads completely. 50 bucks, you can get the device, and you'll be able to send stuff directly to your Kindle. It'll have the Kindle app preloaded. If you have an Amazon account, you can set it all up, and you can buy books from Kindle. You can get audiobooks from them. But using this library resource site is no charge for any of this stuff that you're getting here. So why not use the free site that's available? I'm going to stop sharing and then show one more thing quick. And then I will probably end this video because it's already gone longer than I think anyone wanted to listen to. And I'm sure there's nobody here anyway, except maybe my wife still. Let me go back over here. Okay, so let me share my iPad screen again. iPhone, iPad, share. Okay. And just checking to see if this message is something that is needed. Nope. Okay. Share the screen. Zoom. Okay. Going back into my Kindle app. I should have told it to save the password. Just give me 2 seconds here, everybody. I know, once again, I should be talking because you watch these videos and you see somebody not paying attention. It's kind of annoying. And I also know that when I see people rambling on, I'm like, why are they doing this video? And it's not easy to do these things. So I'm going to reshare. So now that I've logged back in, you'll see that the the books, the one that I checked out earlier, The Reckoning is already there. The gluten-free almond flour cookbook, that's my wife's, is there. And yes, I do like Stargate and Star Trek. I am a complete uber geek, so those are my books that I've actually gotten outside of the system. You'll see that this says new. It's the book that I just got. So literally from the site, logging in, sending it to my iPad, boom, I just click on it and there's the book. So you have access to be able to read the book. This is not anything that I have copyright laws or any of that stuff to. I hear people say that all the time on YouTube. So, you know, I'm not trying to steal from this author right now. I'm not going to go into everything, but that's basically it. That's as easy as it is. I'm going to go take a quick look here. I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm going to just look to see if there was any sort of questions that I missed. Actually, I can probably do that from my main screen here. Let me see. Live stream. I'm going to go over here quick. I don't even know if anyone joined the video, but I said I'd look for questions afterwards, if anything. And once again, just to let you know, starting next week, our regular MyESNC meeting schedule, we will be meeting on the first and third Tuesday at 6:30. We're going to share whatever information that we think is useful at the time. We're going to go over the regular meeting agenda. So we'll go over the stuff we normally cover at the meetings. Obviously, there is some limited stuff that's happening right now with all of us being in the house and not being able to go out anywhere. But we will go back to, 1 second. Would it help if I didn't share myself, sharing myself? Okay, boom, there was just one comment. So that is, there was no questions. I didn't think there would be because I didn't really tell anybody this was happening. So that makes me happy that I didn't have to answer those right now. But once again, we're gonna have the meetings again coming up soon. If you have questions about this, I will be posting this on our YouTube page. This will be on our Facebook page. And all the helpful links are on the website. This was a test of the online system. Look for the meeting happening starting next Tuesday. And I hope everyone has a great rest of your Sunday. Thanks. I'm gonna stop this now.